Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. This program is for educational purposes only. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual sharing their testimony. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have a founding father of the science of epigenetics guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach. Welcome to Daily with Doc. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. It is my honor and privilege to welcome each and every one of you where faith, wellness, and purpose collide. I'm your host, Becca Dukes, and I am a certified holistic health coach. I am a certified naturopath practitioner. I am the Director of Student Services for the Institute of Holistic Health, and I'm here to help guide you in unlocking the best version of you possible. And to help me do that, I am honored to welcome two incredible leaders and brand ambassadors within the longevity family, Raymond and Yolanda Brown, a dynamic duo behind the majestic Eagles, with a mission rooted in empowerment. They've helped countless individuals rise above limitations and soar into their purpose. So folks, get ready because we've got a great show for you. Now, just a reminder, this program is being sponsored by dailywithdoc.com, where we do have a store. We have a newsletter and an email list that you don't want to miss out on. This is for everybody. Go to dailywithdoc.com and go ahead and sign up there. We'll be sending out replays of previous programming, plus announcements and reminders of upcoming programming. We don't want you to miss that, plus some of our newsletter articles that are coming up that are just fantastic, helping you have more things in your toolbox to help you on this journey to a better health. So if you were referred by somebody specific, make sure that you get back with them. As we are a resource for an amazing community, we want to make sure that those who are sharing have their individuals get back with them. Tell them thank you, and most of all, let them know what you liked best about the programming. And if you have any questions, they are your point of contact. So get back with the person to share this program with you. I hope you remember, and if you don't remember, when you do, ask them for some help with memory, because I'm sure that they'll be able to help you with some nutrition that will support better memory. Now, if you found us all on your own and you would like to speak with a certified holistic health coach, you may do so by giving our call team a call at 855-949-3377. Again, that's 855-949-3377. And if you have health questions on what you yourself could use to help yourself, you may send us an email, questions@dailywithdoc.com. Let us know who you're working with so we can make sure that we include them in your journey. They are the person that is going to be helping you. But we're here to help with what Dr. Wallach would recommend for you in your specific situation. Now, let's get back to today's programming. So our episode today is titled Stop Hiding. And with Stop Hiding, we're going to be giving, and not we, Raymond and Yolanda are going to be giving tips to help you unleash your full potential. So if you're feeling stuck, overlooked, unsure of what your next move is, you're tuning into the right episode of Daily with Doc and Becca. And I just want to bring to the screen with me Raymond and Yolanda Brown, two amazing individuals that helped me get welcomed into this family, Longevity. As I met them for the very first time in Dallas in 2017. Raymond and Yolanda, welcome to Daily with Doc. Thank you so much for being with us again and sharing some valuable information that not only helps individuals physically, but mentally and emotionally too.
Absolutely.
So, now, for those of you who don't know Raymond and Yolanda, they are a dynamic duo coming from the corporate world where they were making a lot of money, but missing a piece. And I think that piece for both of them was being able to serve others, because they both have servant hearts, which you're going to be hearing and feeling today in our program. So who wants to get started? Yolanda, Raymond?
Sure. I'll get started. Unfortunately, we just apologize right up front. I have to leave a little bit early today, but you guys are going to be blessed with who I consider the best, what he does. My husband, my rock, Raymond. So he will tell you a little bit more about Stop Hiding, which may kind of venture into Stop Chasing. So, but it's our honor to be with you today. And to Becca and crew, we just want you to know that we so appreciate all that you do. And we will support you in and every way that we can. And so if you don't mind me giving a selfish plug right now, I would love for those of you that are on, join us tonight on our Happy Healthy Hour. It's at 7:30 Central Time. And it's Raymond and Yolanda Zoom.com, and that's AND. Raymond and Yolanda Zoom.com. So please join us. And just know that what she said is so true. We do want to be of service to others. We consider ourselves as servant leaders. We want you to know that the only way that we can achieve greatness is to make sure that we bind our hearts and our minds together. And the only way that we can do that is to participate and support these calls that we're doing. All of us come from each of us come from so many different walks of life, but we come together on these calls as one, because we're all really supporting one main mission, and that is to stop human suffering, physically, emotionally, as well as financially. So please understand that. So we get excited about that because we know that there's so many people that are looking for so many different things in life, but they don't know what that one thing is. And then they find themselves running around and not really sure what it is. And that's where that chasing piece comes in. But then many of them will sit back and hide because they're just not sure. And they don't want to fail, not realizing that they are failing by not trying. So stop hiding. Open yourselves up to realize that you have something in your hand that everyone can use. We don't miss anyone with what we do. And the great thing about where we are with this company, Longevity, is the fact that you can truly pick your passion here and run with it. And most people know that our passion is ZRadical, with that main ingredient, Fucoid. And that's only because that's what we grew up on. And it works. And it's so simple. So we have always kept that in mind, that everybody that we know, regardless of what they do, no one wants to complicate their lives. They want to simplify it. And what we have and found in ZRadical is that it does help to simplify life. It's very easy. You just drink 4 ounces a day, or take 4 capsules a day, or take 4 scoops a day in your favorite beverage. So that's all you have to do. And just start feeling great. And then go out and share with others and help them to feel great. But many of you are sitting there going, oh, did you say something?
I'm sorry. The information that you shared earlier, do we have to hold on to that until later, like months later?
The information that we shared earlier?
About a new product?
Oh, no, I think it's fine if we share that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because I'm super excited about this because I love ZRadical.
Okay.
And I love our collagen peptides.
Mm-hmm.
So mixing the two of them together in one drink is going to be fantastic. Adding more simplicity, like you were just saying, taking out that complication.
That's exactly right. And you can travel with it. I mean, who doesn't like it having sticks to be able to travel and to use the samples? And so, guys, October the 25th, we're working on a location right now. So that's to come. But October the 25th, here in Houston, we're calling it like a pre-launch of a relaunch of our ZRadical sticks with collagen. Ooh, that is sweet. Ooh. That is sweet, Becca. You're spot on. So guys, save the date, put it on your calendar right now. It's going to start at 8 to 9 will be meet and greet. So it's going to start at 9. And just so you know, you want to be there. You'll be the first to receive it. And there will be other products as well that they'll be talking about. But that is the main one that we're so excited about. So thank you, Becca. Awesome. Becca, for bringing that up. So yeah.
Yeah, and I'll be around telling jokes and making everybody laugh and playing music Friday night. I'll be playing some old school 60s and 70s music. We'll turn you on to some stuff.
Oh, so okay.
Jazz.
Okay.
Yeah.
That good stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me just say this, and I'll flip it over to Raymond. And going back to the topic for today, stop hiding. You know, so many of us, we start doing some things in life and then we begin to feel like it's not working, or we'll start something and we'll stop because we feel like it's not working as fast as we want it to work. Does that sound familiar to you with this business? And then you'll start saying that maybe I just need to work on myself. I'll start reading more books and listening to more podcasts, or maybe if you still have some CDs and etc., which is all good. But what we find sometimes that we know that personal growth is important and we all should do it and we have to work on ourselves. But some people hide behind that too. They say, I'm still working on myself 2 years, 3 years, 4 years later. So you got to do both. So don't hide behind not being able to do what you think you should be doing. Go for it. Stop hiding. Tell people what you have. Stop hiding. Tell people that you're so proud of what you have and you're part of an industry that is and will be the next $1 trillion industry. So bring it forth. Don't hide behind it. Let people know that you're proud of what you do and how you do it. And more importantly, when you come out from hiding, you're stronger, you're bolder, you have much more support, and there is nothing that can stop you. So stay trained up. And Saturday, another selfish plug that I'll do here. Saturday, we have a training for Longevity Nation at 11 a.m. Central Time.
Yes,
Raymond and Yolanda Zoom.com. So join us so that we can help you to open up that shell, come from hiding, and really start glowing and building your business and help us to grow this thing and get it done. Let's not, say we'll do it tomorrow. Let's do it today. Let's do it together. And that is what's so exciting about what we have. It doesn't work if we're not doing it together. You see, when you succeed, we succeed. So isn't it great to know that we can all succeed together? We can all build together. We can all have fun together. And we know that all we have to do is to work on ourselves, to grow personally, so that we can come out of the hiding much, much stronger. So as we grow stronger together, we will stay longer together. So with that, I'm going to flip it over to Raymond, and I want you to know that I hate to have to leave early, but you are in such great hands. So listen, apply it. We'll see you tonight, and we'll see you again on Saturday.
Yeah. Guys, I want to stay here for a second.
Oh, okay.
I want to introduce y'all. I want to tell you something about my love. This girl just turns me on. So, everybody's heard of Michael Jordan, right? Everybody's heard of Tiger Woods, right? Guess what? I beat them both out. Michael had his basketball, Tiger had his golf. With me, I had Yolanda. I beat them both out. The girl, she just turned around. She's so confident. She struts when she's sitting down.
Now you're gonna make me blush.
She has a confidence with humility, though.
Yes.
A humble confidence, which I absolutely love, because you can feel the compassion that she has. And you know what? I think you're absolutely right. You beat them both out.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Well, should I say Halle Berry has her acting, and I'll say that Oprah Winfrey has her billions, but I beat them both out because I got my Raymond.
Tell the truth, sister. Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
And I'm not in that. There you go. There you go. All right, guys. I'm gonna flip it over to Raymond, and just so you know, you're about to really get some sensational information so that it can help you to stop hiding and to stop chasing and to just be and watch yourself grow.
Awesome.
See you later, baby.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you, Yolanda. All right, everybody, let's go. Raymond.
Yes, ma'am.
You're an amazing motivator. And it takes somebody that has had to go through needing motivation to know how to do it right. So I just thank you so much for being here with us and continuing in today's programming with helping us to stop hiding.
Yes. Yeah. So I like, guys, y'all know how I like to interact. So if there's Becca, if there's any questions, you want to stop me at any time, because there might be questions people want. If people, chat with you and they want to know a question, answer, if I have it, I'll share it with you.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Well, and I just want to say, for those of you who are live with us, you can put those questions in the chat. If you're not live with us, you want to be live with us, go to zoom.dailywithdoc.com Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. from 12 to 1 p.m. Pacific. You can figure out the rest, but go ahead and put your questions or your comments in the chat. And we do have comments, even if you're out on YouTube or Rumble or Odyssey, Facebook, X, folks, we see those comments and we bring them into the show as well, like we have already. We've got Rod saying, Raymond and Yolanda are the ultimate team. Their trainings are the best. Bruce says, we love Mr. and Mrs. Brown. And I absolutely agree with that. So go ahead and keep your questions coming. Go ahead and raise your hand if you're here live with us and you have questions that are pertinent or relevant to today's topic. So Raymond, I'm just going to stop interrupting you and let you go for it.
Okay. Well, you know, guys, the reason why I love to teach or talk about self-development, self-growth is this. It's the foundation of our lives. And if we don't do good in life, we don't do good in our business. Because, see, we take ourselves with us no matter where we go, from one transition to another, unless we've committed to do some serious work within ourselves. And so self-development is the foundation of everything, of who we are. And without it, because the way the world has programmed us, a lot of it leads us into addictions and low self-esteem and things of that nature. So when people come into your organization, or when we join an organization, you know, you're dealing with people from all backgrounds. And a lot of them come in with a lot of a lot of baggage, right? And so until they can get through the baggage, success is not even on the radar. It's just wishing and hoping, right? And wishing and hoping won't get us there. So we have to clear all that baggage and those scars that we've been dealing with since we were children. Now, the problem with that is that nobody has ever taught us how to deal with this stuff. They really haven't. And so they just, you know, they throw all these motivational and inspirational sayings out to us, and those things are great, and they may motivate us for a little while, but eventually we fall back into who we really are without, you know, if we haven't done any of the self-development work. So I want to beseech each and every one of you to make this your life's work, because self-development is something that we never graduate from. I know I was talking to a young lady that I went to high school with, and she was very successful, big 7,000 square foot house, all the trimmings and trappings, but she was unhappy. And she was unhappy because she thought, and this is one of the things I want to get to, that the outside world and things would make her happy, because that's what the world has taught all of us. You're either wealthy and happy, or you're poor and sad, which is not true at all. So I just want to say self-development is the foundation of life. Don't ever get away from it. And I don't care how hard it gets. It's like going to the gym. No pain, no gain. Because when you're doing this stuff, you're going to hit bumps and walls and stuff like that. And I don't understand this stuff. I want to grow. I'm not getting it. But you keep working. You keep digging. even when you don't want to. Right? That's why most people don't make it into peace and love and joy and happiness because they give up. And so let me just stop right there because I'm kind of I'm always all over the place, Becky. So today, I always like to say today is an exciting time to be alive. That was the first thing I was going to say. And the reason I'm saying that is this: it better be for each and every one of us, because if you think about it, this world is 13.8 billion years old, and we're only here we come to this planet for a short time, if you think about it, and we leave, right? And so you want to be learning and having fun every minute of your life because it is short. And we keep putting our fun and our love and our wisdom off to one day in the future. And Yolanda was talking about someday. Someday. No, now, this minute is the only time that we have. It says that God does not look in the future or the past. He only represents this moment. And so this is how one of the things we should learn to live in life is living in this moment. So I want to kind of tell you a story about having the right attitude or self-development, if you will. And I'm going to try and get through this and tell it the right way. I've told it before. So this guy dies and he goes to heaven. And at the pearly gates, he meets St. Peter. And St. Peter asked the guy, he said, welcome to the gate. He says, tell me something. Did you have fun down there on earth? And the guy says, nope. And St. Peter says, why? He says, well, there were earthquakes and floods and people killing one another. And he said, so no, I didn't. So I didn't have fun. And St. Peter said, well, there were also beautiful beaches and love stories and love ballads and beautiful blue skies. There were comedy shows. And you refuse not to see that. He said, so you saw the glass half empty. And because, like most people down there on earth, you can't come in yet. You're not ready. So I want you to go back, do the work that you're supposed to do. Because remember, God is in you. The wisdom and the beauty is already inside of you, but you chose to follow the crowd, the thinking of the crowd. So go back, commit yourself to doing the self-development work till you reach wisdom and joy and peace and helping people. And then you can come back. And he told the young man, there are no shortcuts because the heaven is inside of you. So when I heard that story, I always liked that story, is that everybody wants to, everybody wants to go to heaven, but we don't want to do the work, right? So heaven meaning our life here on earth. So we got to go inside and do the work. So does anybody any comments on that story? Normally I get comments or people say this or something. Did that provoke your thought in any way?
Folks, if it's a yes, raise your hand. In Zoom, we can do reactions. They're in the Zoom menu. So any questions? See, we got lots of thumbs up going. Thank you,
Okay.
Sarah. I know we had some thumbs up from AJ earlier and Rod as well. So if you have questions, go ahead and raise your hand as we're going through, and let's address some questions too. All right, we got Zach with his hand up.
Yes, yes, I like Zach, brother Zach.
All right. Well, he'd had his hand up for a moment. Zach.
Yeah, Zach.
Oh, there we go. Unmute yourself, Zach.
Well, Raymond and Yolanda, you guys are the best, and thank you, Becca, for having them on. What you said, they're just what really touched me is what you were talking about. We first have to work on ourselves before we can have success. That really resonated. And you know what? Now I understand why maybe I haven't had results helping others, because I first have to how do you help somebody if you see that it's what's holding them up health wise, financially, it's something deeper. Could you expand on that? How? Because I love helping, and you've helped me a lot. I've been in all your I've been in your Zooms and you guys do a wonderful job in your Saturday trainings. Thank you, Raymond and Yolanda, both of you. I really
Yeah,
I love your approach. You're very
yeah,
genuine.
yeah, that inside work that we talk about um, is um, is very different for everybody. I'll give you my story because I could never figure something out. I'm gonna give you this quick story and then I get back to this. I remember growing up, I was programmed for a low level of, what's the word? I could never keep a job when I was young. And it was like everything that I touched turned to you know what. And I couldn't figure it out because I was a good person. I went to church. I respected older people. I did all the things I was supposed to do. And I would see other people who didn't have a respect for others, and they would succeed or have a better life, at least on the outside, than I did. And I couldn't understand. And I would go to God and I said, God, I do not understand this. I mean, I was searching in church and everywhere else. I was sincerely searching. And you've heard this story before, Becca. So I was just sick and tired of being sick and tired. I had the outside trappings of success as I got older. But the way that happened is this. One night, Zach, I was going to check out of here. I was just tired. I was looking. I've been looking and searching, and it seems like I couldn't find the answer. So this particular night, I was drunk because I was going to check out. I was going to kill myself. And because I didn't reach my end. I tried everything, talked to everybody. And no matter what I did, it just seemed like I couldn't succeed. And I wasn't happy. And bless Yolanda's heart, I was thinking, she deserved better than me. We had just gotten married. And I was trying so hard to be, the man I needed to be. And this particular night, 2:00 in the morning, she was traveling. And on came this program. It was called, I don't know if it was 2:00, maybe 12:00. Anybody remember the Johnny Carson show?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So there was this lady came on, and she started talking about why you have all these problems and you try so hard And if you got money, you lost it some kind of way. And you could never, and if you were only programmed to make a certain amount of money, no matter what you did, even if you won the lottery or whatever, if your rich uncle came from the poorhouse, that somehow you would manage to lose it. And that was me. She was telling my story. And so she mentioned this thing called the subconscious mind. And everything she had said was exactly me. Anyway, I ordered this thing. She was a professor at the University of California. And Dr. John Kappas, who was a psychiatrist at the university out there, I think it was Southern California, USC, had developed this program, and he had tried it on people that lived under the bridge and people who were already wealthy, and everybody moved up in life by reprogramming your subconscious mind. And there was a way to do it. And so, and he talked about how different areas of your life, how you could be successful, but yet not be programmed for a great relationships, right? So different areas of your life. So anyway, Zach, so I got this program. I didn't have the money. I think on my credit card, I had $500. And I think the program was like, at that time, was like $4.99 or something like that, whatever it was. So I ordered the book and the program. And the lady that helped me, I'm gonna name drop. Y'all remember Florence Henderson, the Brady Bunch lady? She's the one that helped me. She worked with me personally because she had married this guy, Dr. John Kappas, right? And so anyway, what it was, you write at night when the subconscious mind is really open. I won't go into the whole thing. But anyway, after about it worked on me fast. After about 3 weeks, this thing changed me from the inside out, Zach. People were coming up to me saying, Ray, there's something different about you. I can't put my finger on it. But it's something, the people that I would, when I got around successful people as a young man, I always felt inferior. And I started feeling normal. I started attracting opportunities and money to the point that it made me wealthy. And therein lies what happened to me. But I had not done it did the financial stuff, but there were so many other issues in my life that I hadn't dealt with. So I was financially beginning to become wealthy. But the other parts, I was still unhappy. And that it led me, my subconscious led me to a 12-step program. Everybody knows about, my mother and father was alcoholics. So I was adult children. So it just kept leading me on and reading the books. So anyway, Zach, the point I'm trying to make is that when we see people and they honestly are trying, and you may be one of them, or anybody on here may be one of them. We have tried and tried and tried and tried and everything, and nothing has worked out. So I would suggest that you look into subconscious programming, reprogramming your subconscious, because we are set, guys, basically by the time we're 5 years old, what kind of relationships we're going to have, how much money we're going to have, this, that, and the other. Our lives are basically already programmed. Our life, when we come into this world, your mind is like a blank slate, and and everything that's done or we see up until about 5 years old, we're already set. And then after about 13, there's a line that goes between the subconscious and the conscious mind, and it's locked in. So when we grow up, we're actually living the lives of children, the programming that was done to us as children. That's why you can see a person that might be wealthy and was raised in a house where there was no love in the house, but maybe they made money, and vice versa. Maybe you was raised where they were poor. And as you get older, you can't understand why you can't keep money. Well, that was programmed as a child. And willpower will not break through it. None of that stuff, because I tried it all. Willpower, and all that stuff is not, but it's a way you can do it. So anyway, so back to this. So guys, we've been programmed to think that our outer world is our real world. And we never look and do the serious work. And we're never going to be happy. We're never going to be, see, this power that God put in us, he sent us here. And he's within us. So we are representatives of who? Of God, right? But we've been taught to think that we are human, but we're really spiritual being. You heard this, people say this all the time, we're spiritual being having a human experience. You've heard that all the time. So, but one of the secrets I've learned is that your thoughts are not who you are. So you're thinking, you ever hear yourself say, I don't know why I'm like this. Well, that's your thought. That's a thought. That's not who you are. And the reason why you think you're like that is because of your experiences. You're not like that. Those are just thoughts. So if you can just tell yourself, this is not, whatever you think about, this is not who I am. It's just a thought, because who you really are is that God inside of you, with the love and the wisdom and the intelligence. Now, I'm gonna give you a good example. Take an embryo that turns into a baby. Where do you think that comes from? That is a power and intelligence that a human being can't do that. That is an intelligence within all of us that can do that. Turn an embryo into a human being. Now that's something. But yet we've been programmed to look on the outside. If I become a diamond in longevity, everything will be all right. I'll get the respect. I'll love myself more. Or when Mr. Right comes or Mrs. Right comes, no, you won't. It'll be okay for a while, but there you go, because we take ourselves with us. So the inside work must be done. There is absolutely nothing, and we deserve the better things in life. Jesus said, I came that you might have life and have it what? More abundant, right? So that's natural, but we can't have those things because God gave us free will. We can't have those things until there are certain criteria that we meet. And that's getting rid of a lot of those scars that we've been carrying all our lives. Now, how do we, you know what? The universe, I mean, not the world has done us so bad, guys, that we don't think we're nothing or we can ever have nothing. But what's worse than that is when the truth comes and presents itself to a person and they don't take it. There's a saying, I think, who said this? Was it, I think it was Einstein. Einstein, don't quote me on this, one of these great thinkers said, wise men don't need advice. Unwise men won't take advice. Isn't that something? And that's true. The main ones who need it, it's kind of like, meeting these criteria is kind of like, we always tell people that, excuse me, that the body needs certain things in it in order for it to function. Well, the mind and the spirit works the same way. It needs certain things in it so it can function the proper way. And the proper way is learning that we're not okay inside. And I don't mean that we're bad people, but the world has programmed us that way. We think we're those thoughts, and we're not. So nobody has taught us how to really think. They taught us reading, writing, arithmetic. They didn't teach us the real things that count in life, that you can count on day and night, and they are principles. So we have all these scars inside of us, right? That's holding us back, on top of not being programmed for success. We have all this stuff inside of us. And we know it, but we don't know how to get rid of it. And so what we do, we go through our lives, and what we'll do is try and set our outside life up. So if we get something that makes us feel good, then we don't have to look at the scars on the inside, but the scars are still there. So I just want to say that how can I say this? I don't even know how to say this, but what was I going to say? I'm losing my. It says this: the key to power in this world is to know you're not of this world. Dave, did you have something that you want to share real quick while I'm looking over my notes here?
No, you got it, Ray. We love hearing you going. Keep it going.
Okay. So,
Yes.
you know, there's a story in the Bible in Exodus, and it says, we have been given so much power and we're not using it. It goes on to say, why are you using the wings of a sparrow when you have been given the wings of an eagle? And that's what it says. It says because we're looking for success and power in the wrong way. So what we need to do, guys, here's the key. Allow these scars to come up without hiding them. Because, and this is where we go about, stop chasing stuff on the outside and stop hiding these things on the inside. Let them come up. This is your individual life. You don't have to share this with anybody. But you know, an example, maybe you were rejected like I was. My father left the family. I was the only boy, 8 sisters. I felt rejected all my life, young life. So I went around wanting to be accepted by everybody. So I developed these characteristics that please accept me without saying it, right? Carrying those vibrations. And so I got you, AJ. So we got this stuff, these scars inside of us from children. And we're walking around and we still have them. And until we can get rid of them. So here's one method you can get rid of them. Every time they come up, relax. Don't stuff them back down, because that stuff stays down there and rot. I don't care what it is. It's your program. Let it come up without judging it, bad or good. Because see, we try and hide from it, right? Oh, I don't want that bad stuff. That make me a bad person. No, let it come up without judging. And then relax and release it. Just say, I relax and release. It's just that simple. You don't have to go to some type of irk or take some kind of drug. Just relax and release it. Over time, Rome, you've been this way all your life, is not going to leave overnight. You know, you've heard me say this before. You learn to play the piano. You learn to play. You can't start out playing Bach or Beethoven. You start out playing scales. And this is when something happens in front of you, a car driving slow and not driving the way you want it to drive, relax, let it go. And this is the emphasis of this training, or this little thing I'm talking about, is to just allow life to unfold. It knows what it's doing. It wants to make you happy and successful if you just leave the pack. Quit thinking like everybody else. quit following the pack and do these things. Let them go. So stop trying to get the outside lined up so you don't have to feel this stuff on the inside. And that's what we do. We try and line our lives up so our scars don't be hurt. And you can't do that. All you're doing is hiding from life. So allow life to unfold the way it's supposed to, without judging, if it rains outside, let it rain. Just allow life to happen instead of you trying to control. Watch how much happier you're going to be. Just, they talk about surrender. Let it go. Let life unfold. Yeah, AJ, got his hand up.
Yeah, Raymond, I'm not gonna let you get away. Well, first of all, thank you for sharing. That was so amazingly heartwarming stuff that you mentioned. But I'm not gonna let you escape giving us some of your tips on how to reprogram our subconscious. What did you do to help reprogram your subconscious?
Okay. So again, when we come into this world, our mind is blank, right? It's like a blank canvas. And so it absorbs anything it sees and hears as a kid because it has it hadn't developed its logic yet, right? It just accept whatever you tell a baby or a kid. They just accept it as true. Now, like it'll say, well, I'm a good person. I'm not such a good person. I'm going to be poor. I'm going to be rich. And normally it's programmed by your surroundings that you're in, right? That's what it accepts. It's like a computer. It's only can give out what you put into it, right? And so the way it's a book. It's called Success is Not an Accident. And anybody interested is from the Hypnosis Motivational Institute. Now, guys, I never did get into the hypnosis part and all that stuff. This ain't about that. I never read that part of the book because you don't have to. I ain't into the hypnosis, looking at the light and all that. But anyway, what happens every night that we go to bed, right before we go to sleep, there's a little window that opens up between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, right? So, and at this point, your subconscious is like within 30 minutes, right? But the way to do it is to make it the last thing you do. That you write in this book, and what you're going to do is pay yourself for doing certain things that day. And the instructions come with it, right? And let's say you're going to pay yourself $100 per hour. Let's say if you make $50 an hour now, in the subconscious, in your mental bank ledger, it's a ledger that you write in, you're going to pay yourself, let's say, for reading an hour. So that'll be 100 times 1 hour, pay yourself $100. If you exercise, let's say you exercise for 30 minutes, that'll be $50. Or if you make an approach, the right approach, you pay yourself for that. And see, your logical mind says, that's crazy. You ain't never earned this kind of money in your life. But because it's at the right time, your subconscious accepts it and it goes out and makes it happen. And so, and then on the other side of the ledger, it has happenings. Something good happened to you that day. It might be something small. Somebody says, Sherry, you sure look nice today. I love that blouse. You write that in, and the subconscious will go out and make bigger things begin to happen. Things began to happen to me, AJ, I could never explain to you that I couldn't have done on my own in 1,000 years. And I was doing all the spiritual stuff, the going to church and reading scripture and all that stuff. I was doing that. But for me, It was the mental bank. I even wrote on their program one time, I wanted to be on the cover of a magazine. And I'd be doggone if you didn't walk into Kroger's grocery store and saw my picture on the cover. A little old guy like me from the hood, 2 alcoholic parents on the cover of a national magazine. The subconscious mind is so powerful, it's limitless. That's the power that we all have. But that's just for stuff, right? But I'd rather have stuff and be happy than to not have stuff and be unhappy. But to some people, things, physical, material things don't mean a thing. It just don't mean a thing. And that's beautiful. Either way, there's no right or no wrong. Each of us have our own paths. And the things that I used to believe in as far as material things and judging people and judging this and that, I don't judge anymore. One of the most beautiful things that has happened to me is I'm less judgmental and I stay out of other people's issues of trying to fix them. Yes, Ruth Ellen. Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, before we move on, does that help, AJ?
That's awesome. I just wanted to add, though, when those things that you wanted start appearing in your life as opportunity, you better grab those opportunities.
I don't think that I'm in longevity by mistake. I don't think I'm building the organization. I'm building the organization because because I was attracting or building people. It was because I was programmed for it. And when you see things, people not programmed for it, that is exactly what's happening. When you're not programmed for a large level of success, you can try, and then we just kind of give up, because what happens, it affects our self-esteem. I might as well stop trying because I don't want to feel this pain no more. And we stop trying, right?
That's very true.
Is that good, Mary? Okay. Mary, Rudell?
All right. So I'm bringing in a question from Julio, who is joining us on the Zoom, and he put this in the chat. And his question is, beautiful thoughts. How do you interpret vibrations, frequencies of human beings? For instance, I don't watch the news. I feel they are low vibrations. The ego has many masks. How does one know when one is facing the truth, the truthful vibration, dark versus light? Thank you for your thoughts.
Wow. That's a beautiful question. That's deep. Well, one of the things that I know in life is we all give out vibrations, right? When we're fearful, people sense it. They say animals can sense it. Well, we as human beings can sense it. You can feel, if you're on the phone, you can feel a person's vibration normally on the phone. If you're in a fearful mood, and that's another thing. See, guys, we've been taught to live in fear. That's why we give off all this fearful vibe. We haven't been taught to live in love and in power from our natural state. We have not been taught that. Everybody's living from fear. And that's why everybody's control freaks. And some people just got it at a higher level. We want to control what somebody says to us, what somebody thinks about us, all of those things. So vibrations come basically from the whole getup of us on the inside, the subconscious, our natural. If we don't know who we are, we're not living from a place of love and peace and prosperity. If that's a thing for your prosperity, whatever prosperity means to you. But if you're not at peace, eventually somebody gets your number. And the most important thing is you get your number. And so this darkness and lightness and all of this stuff, remember, everything begins on the inside. And you can't solve an inside problem with an outside solution. So if you, I had this one lady tell me, well, she's always fighting these inner conflicts or these spiritual or they call it warfare, spiritual warfare. And I'm saying, you know why you're fighting that? Because you're concentrating it on all the time. You're bringing that stuff into your life. You believe in warfare. So therefore, they say a worry is just a prayer for a self-fulfilling prophecy. That's all worry is, and fear. So I want to encourage everybody, like the thing that helped me most of all was 2 books, 2 authors or 2. Marianne Williamson, Return to Love, her work. If you ever get a chance to read her stuff, I mean, it's beautiful to me. It changed my life. And then the other one is called The Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer. That changed my life even more so than the subconscious mind, even more than the mental bank. This book, The Untethered Soul, is the greatest book I've ever read. I mean, it gave me a piece of peace. I mean, this other stuff, it gave me a peace at a level that could be changed. But his materials give me a peace and a knowing and acceptance of wisdom at the level that it's real. Some of these stuff we learn, they're like just sayings and stuff, and they come and they go. But in this, excuse me, guys, this book is called The Untethered Soul. I mean, it really, really changed my life and gave me peace. And I want to encourage everybody to read that book. Or you can go online and read and listen to some of his podcasts. I listen to them my deal every morning, guys, for at least an hour to 2 hours. That is my schedule. I get up, drink my water, and I start doing my spiritual work for at least an hour to 2 hours every morning, mostly Saturdays and Sundays. Yeah.
Well, I don't know about you folks, but I've been taking notes. So if it looks like I'm not paying attention, no, I'm hyper paying attention because I'm taking notes. So Raymond, you touched on so many different things, and one thing recently is what we focus on. That's what we're going to find. That's what's going to continue to surround us.
Yes.
So what do you want to surround yourself with, folks? The negativity, the fear, or love and gratitude and people doing good things in this world? And there are so many people that do good things in this world, Raymond. I mean, you're one of them. I like to think that I'm one of them. And for those who are really making an impact, like Dr. Wallach, you can tell how successful you are in doing good by the number of people who want to fight against you. But you just keep going and you keep doing what you know is right. Raymond, thank you so much. That whole hiding, that was one thing that I believe in the beginning I was doing. I didn't think that I was good enough to do this, but I loved how I felt being on the products. And I know that I was going to share with somebody. And now having a show of my own, and being surrounded with amazing people, even meeting my soulmate, my life partner, because of this business, doing a just little shout out as I just see he's on YouTube watching. I just absolutely love it. And I love the fact, Raymond, that you and Yolanda come on, share the love that you have for each other with all of us.
Yeah.
So
May I?
thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
May I say something a little bit about the business, because this is what
Oh,
has
yes.
brought us together. You know, guys, I've you know, I don't want to operate from the ego is very sneaky. Even in religion, there is such a thing as spiritual ego when we're fooling ourselves and we don't know it, because the ego is slick, right? So you always got to be aware and always be honest with yourself. Am I doing this because I don't know any better and I haven't found the truth yet? Or am I doing this because it really is my truth? Because as a counselor, I see people come to me and they do. I love God with all my heart, right? But I love God. I know who God is, and he's in me, and it's in me. And I see people hide behind religion all the time. And it's not because they're bad people, Becca. They just don't know where else to look. Or they'll read a book and they don't get it for the first time. And it's easier to follow that crowd. And you know you're not happy. You know you haven't found it, but you go along to get along. And you know you haven't found it. So I believe in all of it, right? Right. So I'm just asking people to just stay aware, right? Just stay aware. But this business, guys, for me, I analyzed it over and over. And I'm going to say this, it might sound egotistical, but I've been blessed to be able to think through some processes, if you will, right? I always have as a kid. I could see things that other people couldn't see at the moment. I could think clearer, so to speak. Not that I was smarter, maybe it was a gift. And I've looked at a lot of things in life. Working on Wall Street, a lot of things came across my desk. And then as a counselor, I have never seen anything like network marketing. Now, there are good companies, bad companies in between. But the concept of what we do, I've never seen anything like it. And when you hear me say, I joke a lot, right? I kid a lot. When you hear me say, if there's anything better, God must have kept it to himself, I mean that. Because as far as this business model, there's nothing better than this. The one thing that we all, it might take for granted, in this business model, you truly become your brother's keeper. Out there in the world, you are competing and comparing to everybody around you on that job. If an opening comes up for manager, your name is in the hat and somebody else's name in the hat, it's a $30,000 raise for that. You're gonna do and say little things here and there to try and get that job. Here is just the opposite. We have to help each other become each other's jealousy, envy, insecurity, all that stuff. It doesn't work over here because it holds you back. This is built in, Becca. That's what I'm saying. It's built in order for you to succeed. I just love it. That's all.
Yeah, and that's one reason why I do this show, Raymond, as a resource for the community as a whole.
Yes.
Because we have some amazing people within our community that feed into others and helping them to grow, both in knowledge of the importance of nutrition, and then also in the emotional, the mental, and the financial part of life. Because face it, I have so many people, oh, well, I don't want to make money from referring people. Well, everybody's got to have something to live. and not do something that helps somebody else have a better life and then just get a thank you check for it? There's nothing wrong with that. Well, what is your response to that, Raymond?
Well, the way I don't think we're here by mistake. We're put here in this country by mistake. I think we are here for whatever reason. It's probably bigger than I know. There's a plan bigger than, God's plan bigger than what I can explain. Why you weren't born in Australia and you were born here, right? Or me in Africa and I was born here, right? So if we're in this system, the way God set it up is it's give and take. I read one time, I don't know if I'm explaining it right, but if the system is God wants you to be a good giver, but he also wants you to be a good receiver. And sometimes when we have low self-esteem, all we want to do is give. That was me. I could never accept anything from anybody, but I was giving all the time. And then it was exploited more by people talking about God loves a good giver. Yeah, but he loves a good receiver, because when you're giving, somebody's got to receive. And it's a give and take system that God set up here. We live in a system. I'm not even talking about the capitalistic side of our system. Just from one human being, you truly become your brother's keeper, but you got to learn to receive as well as give. That is the truth. That is a principle. So if you only think in your mind that you're only going to be blessed if you give, well, you can't be blessed if you don't receive something somebody's giving you, even if you earn it. Yeah. Money's not falling out of the sky, or things are not falling out of the sky. It comes from another human being, right? So yes, be as much as a receiver as you are a giver, and don't start judging yourself. Well, I gave somebody this last week, and so maybe I'm being blessed this week. Sometimes you just, for a whole year, you're just receiving, right? Just receiving all the time. Just take it with love, right? And blessings, you just be grateful for it. That's all. Yeah. So the answer to your question, yeah, is be a great receiver as well as a giver.
Yeah, being a great receiver.
Huh?
And you mentioned something that I think is really key to me, and that's giving with love, not giving expecting to have a return.
Your motive.
And having the wrong motive. That's right.
Yeah.
We've got another question here from Julio. He says, do you think God thinks or feels, or what are your thoughts on that, or both? Well,
first of all, God is so big, none of us understands God. Anybody say they understand God in that aspect? They don't. They don't. God is too big. I mean, think about, there is how many trillions of stars, how many billions of galaxies, and even ones we haven't discovered yet. I mean, we're so minute. Our minds can't even expand how big God is. So nobody really knows God. That's just anybody to his spiritual ego, right? They might have a little more insight or whatever, but I believe in this. You will know them by their fruits.
Mm-hmm.
People talk a lot of good game and can read scripture and all that. It's kind of like, and they won't do the inside work. They just won't. And they know their life is not working, but they keep doing the same thing, going to the same well. And that's so sad. I see it all the time. If you would just be willing to go through the pain and the lack of understanding, because that's the way it starts out. It's a lack of, you just don't get it. You just don't understand it. But that's part of the growth process, right? And so you've got to commit yourself to this stuff. It's not, and that's why, that old saying, the road to hell is paved with, where is that?
Paved with good intentions.
Good intention. Intentions won't get it. You got to commit yourself to doing it, and not just, a lot of times what we want to do, like me in the beginning, I just wanted to get over this one problem where I want to read enough and understand enough and get spiritual enough to understand and have enough peace to get over this one problem. Now, when there's one problem, oh, I'm good. And then the next one comes, and here I go again. It wasn't a commitment to live this way. And I'm telling you guys, the rewards that you receive on the other side, going through this stuff, is amazing. The peace of mind is beyond human. It's called beyond human understanding. The Bible says that. And it is. Just a little bit that I know. I could imagine what they call the masters, that people that really, go through this stuff. But that's the way, that's our natural state. We just been taught that it's hard and it's rough. And that's why most people won't do it. It's because we've been programmed that is unnatural. But I'm here to tell the truth. The worldly way is unnatural. We just been taught, and it's such a pattern now that it seems natural.
Yeah. So for those of you who have been said, oh, you can't do that, oh, that's not going to work for folks, Raymond and I both here to say, yes, it does work. And if you're being called to do something with purpose, there's no accident for why you're watching this show today. Raymond, we've got some comments over here. Sarah says, thanks for sharing these blessed nuggets, Raymond. May they reflect back to you. Thank you, Sarah. Corey says, be a thankful receiver, a cheerful giver, and a good steward of what God blesses you with. Very important with that one too. Thank you, Corey, for that reminder. And let me see if there's something else. So was there something? I can only see 2 of the platforms that we're streaming on right now. And I just want to thank each and every one of you watching this program, because you're investing in yourself to help others. So get back with the person that shared this program with you. If there is no one to thank, I do have a call team standing by waiting to help you, help yourself and others at 855-949-3377. 855-949-3377. And we're just going to close. The favorite book suggested by Raymond is The Infinite Way. So you've suggested that book, The Infinite Way.
It's one of the books that I suggested years ago.
Years ago.
It's one on our Majestic Eagles list. But the 2 that took me over into this real wisdom is The Untethered Soul by Michael A. Singer and Marianne Williamson. Believe it or not, she's a Jew that believes in Jesus Christ, that follows the teachings of Christ. Isn't that amazing?
That's I love it.
May I throw in one plug, and I'm gonna shut up, I promise. Yes. I'll let you close out. Guys, I want to encourage you guys to get on our calls, on our training calls, the first Saturday of every month. We get down. We have fun because everybody participates. We have fun. This is more of Becky allowing me to kind of just pontificate and throw my stuff out there. But we have a good time because everybody's participating. And that's the way you learn. and it makes it fun instead of just sitting there and like you're in a classroom, right? So we have fun. And the last thing I want to say, guys, as far as ZRadical is concerned, the main property in it, it helps you live longer. That's my plug, Becky.
All right. Thank you so much. And I'm definitely.
You look the
Go
same
ahead.
as you looked in 2017.
No, no, no.
Yes,
oh
you
my
do.
goodness. No, I look younger than I did in 2017.
Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
have a
I'm sorry.
picture
Excuse me.
from
Excuse
that
me,
event.
Becky. Excuse me. Huh?
I have a picture from that event that, yeah, as we have my co-hosts coming up, let me see if I can find that picture really quick, because it really tells a story. Really tells a story of what
you were heavier.
Can do. 100 pounds heavier, yes.
But you still had that pretty face, Becky.
Oh, well, thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. And
Brother Rod, listen to a brother rap.
Ruth Ellen, while I'm pulling this picture up, do you mind doing the shout outs and thanking our team who we have on with us right now?
Absolutely. I'm going to go by my screen. So we have Albert, who is one of our co-hosts and is in South Africa. And he's also on our phone team. So he answers that phone in the middle of the night while the rest of us are sleeping. Also, he is letting everyone in, and Albert is a true gentleman.
My wife likes Albert, Ruth Ellen, because he has that accent.
I know. Got a great accent.
Yeah.
Albert.
I'm glad you like it all.
And then we have Sherry, who's part of our tech crew, and she helps take the stream that I send to her, and she puts it out there on the different platforms. And so thank you so much for all that you do, Sherry. And then we have Rod, who is also helping let people in and posting on the different platforms and bringing questions in from there. So thank you so much, Rod, for all that you do. It's really appreciated. And then we have Marilyn, who is our Miss Speedy Fingers, who is typing. So if you're in this, she's typed almost every single word that everybody has said. So thank you for all that you do, Marilyn, with that. And then AJ, who is not on the screen right now, is our digital marketing director. And he helped us get on all those different platforms. Also brings in questions from there and does more things than I could even mention in 5 minutes. So thank you so much, AJ. And I see Rebecca's going like this. So I'm Ruth Ellen Sanchez. I'm the executive production manager of the Daily with Doc and Becca Zoom show, I should say, our podcast. And I've been with Rebecca since doing this since 2020, when we started with Ask Doc Live, and we were only on Zoom. So that was July. And I've been so honored to be able to be here and grow as the show has grown. And I'm just really grateful. And Raymond, I love you, and Yolanda. I remember when I met you in Anaheim in 2016. And you were just so true and honest, and you exude the love that you show here, even when people are not looking and you're not on stage. Some of the things that Yolanda had told me has stuck with me this whole time. And I'm just truly grateful for you guys. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you all so very much for what you do.
And Rebecca, you didn't find it yet, did you?
No.
Looking for that picture.
I had 2 computers crash in this move. So yeah, things aren't where I know where they're at right now. But you know, folks, the power of one, believing in yourself.
Mhm.
2, nutrition. And 3, surrounding yourself with people who help lift you up, who believe in you and believing in yourself. You really can make a difference. And we invite you to feel that difference. Thank you again, Raymond, for being part of our programming today, part of our longevity family. And I am so blessed to have a team. This is only a small portion of my team, as you have an amazing team as well. And I really do encourage people to plug in to the Thursday Healthy Happy Hour with Raymond and Yolanda Brown. Thursdays, what was that time again? Was it 7 p.m. Central?
7 p.m. Central.
7 p.m. Central. And
7:30. I'm sorry. 7:30.
7:30
p.m. Central.
Okay. 7:30 Central time. And do you want to give that Zoom or
Yeah, it's
address?
Raymond and the word, you spell the word and out, A-N-D, Yolanda .zoom. Raymond and Yolanda, I'm sorry, Raymond and Yolanda Zoom.com. I'm sorry.
Okay. And then also the first Fridays or Saturdays of the month. I know I'm going to be promoting that and plugging in as well, including the Thursday Happy Hour, Healthy Happy Hour. Because that's where the more we feed ourselves, the more we surround ourselves with people that are like-minded, the more people we're going to find that are like-minded as well. So thank you everybody again for joining us here on Daily with Doc. Get back with the person that shared this program with you. And if there's no one to thank, you can go to our website, send us a message, questions@dailywithdoc.com. If you want information about the opportunity, you can email info@dailywithdoc.com. We are here to help you help others. And in doing so, you get a thank you check. Until next time. Oh, don't forget, tomorrow we have pharmacist Ben Fuchs. We're going to be talking about one of those ingredients in that ZRadical. And actually, we're going to be talking about ZRadical. So, I mean, Raymond, if you have time and you want to come and join us and, throw some more information in, you are more than welcome to. And that is at 12 p.m. Pacific time, 1 Mountain, 2 Central, 3 Eastern, by going to zoom.dailywithdoc.com. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.
Welcome to Daily with Doc and Becca. This program is for educational purposes only. The statements in this program have not been evaluated by the FDA. The content is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any diseases, nor is it intended to take the place of your primary care physician. Testimonials are shared as individual experiences of the individual sharing their testimony. Results vary and may not be typical. We do not make any claims regarding health or income. As an empowered individual, you do have options available. We are honored to have the
a founding father of the science of epigenetics, guiding us with the best options to obtain or maintain optimal health, Dr. Joel Wallach.